Seems like any personnel decision you make in that area would be dependent on the health of Jimmy. Is that something where you're evaluating?
Dependent on what's based, like, depending on what's best for the football team.
Sure, but
dependent on.
Sure, but are you in a position where you have to evaluate both of those things, the health of the player and then the possible need to bring somebody else, and how do you judge
Based on what's in the best interest of the football team. Players' personal situation, his health always comes first. That's always comes first. That's not a football decision, that's a medical decision. Football decisions are based on what's best for the football team. That's what we've always done around here, that's what we'll always do as long as I'm here.
You have to sort out
the never
health.
change. We'll always do what's best for the football team. That's what it's all driven by.
Do you have to get some certainty of what the health situation is before you make a personnel decision, and how do you juggle those two decisions?
I'm a football coach, I'm not a doctor. The medical staff is the medical staff.
Oh, man. I knew you loved that. I'm a football coach, not a doctor. You know who that was?
I couldn't even make it out.
Oh, sorry. That was, of course, Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and I know. I saw him do that on TV this week.
Oh, you saw it. See, I thought I'd surprise you with it. And I just made the audio clip so I don't get, this is owned by Joe Schmo. You're trying to use it, blah, 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 blah. So, pretty bad injury week this week is the consensus.
Are you prepared tonight to watch Beef Brisket lead the Patriots to victory over Texans? I'm almost convinced. Oh, it's going to happen. They'll win.
I'm hoping like week 4, or I guess that would be the week 4 into week 5 press conference. Bill Belichick just looks right at the camera and says, "Eat shit, haters." We're 4-0. There's basically 2 teams left in the NFL that can stop us. That, of course, being the Ravens, if they actually get their stuff together.
And the Giants.
Or the Giants. And all the experts say the Giants are going to lose this week. So
I know. I don't have a feeling one way or the other in that game.
I don't either, because who knows if Kirk Cousins actually will realize he'll stop being a work in progress, whatever he keeps saying that garbage.
Yeah, right.
A work in progress who can't make throws that a rookie quarterback should make. And it's not even the interception. It's just he just is not making these like sort of simple, like 5 yards down the field completions that literally look like I could be making them. I'm like, what the heck? And he starts this, I'm a work in progress.
It just seems to me like a lot of these quarterbacks who aren't studs in the NFL, they can finish the season red hot like Cousins did last year.
Right.
And then the off season, it's like they cool down and it's like they got to relearn it all over again when camp starts and for the next season. I mean, he was doing it last year, but now he's not.
Well, I think what you're going to see happen is like, this is the Ethan take. There will be maybe a half dozen elite quarterbacks. Okay, so there'll be six elite quarterbacks, let's say, that are going to actually be worth what you pay them. Then there's going to be a dozen, maybe 15 quarterbacks that are middling and maybe not worth what you're paying them. And I'm looking at thinking like the Joe Flacco's, the Andy Daltons of the world.
The Ryan Tannehans.
Yeah, Tannehill's. Then you're going to have, I think, 10, 15 teams that are just going to be like, you know what? We're going to draft a rookie, play the rookie. Once his rookie contract's done, we'll get another rookie. And they'll be investing their money elsewhere. And then in that 4-year window where they're under the rookie contract, some of these teams will win Super Bowls because they'll be able to invest money elsewhere.
Or there's always the chance, too, that I'm assuming they're not going to just take any rookie. They'll go for what looks like a solid rookie, and maybe eventually one of them will work out.
Yeah, we'll see a rookie win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if you said there was another one, but I could have sworn I read the statistic. Carson Wentz. Of course, he's going to lose this week. So, just so we're clear about that, he'll lose this week. But he's the first quarterback to go 2-0, rookie quarterback to go 2-0 without an int. But you said you saw somebody else at. I don't know.
Well, unless I misinterpreted, but they flashed up Sims and said he was 2-0 with no interceptions. And I don't know. Maybe there was something else added to that. I don't know.
But I mean, obviously, Carson Wentz probably will lose this weekend.
He's going to come down to earth eventually here.
I don't think he'll beat the Steelers. So, anyways, sorting through the injuries, and we'll give you our starters, sits, and a sleepers pick, and then maybe we'll have one or two pickups you can get, because it was a pretty horrific injury week, especially at the running back position. But I guess we knew that was going to happen. So who would be your quarterback starter?
There's a few good choices, but I'll mention Matt Ryan.
Okay.
He's been hot, like he always is, to start out the first month of the season. I'm sure he'll tail off as the season goes on, but he's got a great matchup against New Orleans this week, and it should be high scoring, although that's what I said about the Giants Saints last week, and it wasn't. But I'm going to say Matt Ryan's a good start right now.
Well, he was kind of the one I wanted to go with, so I'll go with, I still like Mariota.
Like Mariota.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll do fine against Oakland, so.
I think Rivers is another good one.
Yeah, I would say him too. So who do you have as a quarterback sit?
For a sit, I'm saying Andy Dalton against Denver.
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, basically, he's got one wide receiver so far in A.J. Green, and Denver's D ought to be able to cover him. I know I can't sit him in my leagues, A.J. Green, but it's tempting, but I can't do it. But they'll probably at least contain him, if not shut him down.
I'm going to go with my sit being Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
You probably had to draft him pretty early, and you're certainly not getting what you wanted out of him. He's another guy who I think it takes like 4 or 5 games, and he'll get hot.
San Francisco's D is half decent. They're not too bad.
So who would be your sleeper at quarterback?
I could not find a quarterback sleeper this week. I got no QB at sleeper.
I think you could probably still get and play Joe Flacco. And I think he'll be good.
He should be against Jacksonville, because for 2 weeks, this whole thing about how improved their defense is, I don't see it.
No, I don't either. They're just
Same defense as last year.
They're validating the Cowboys taking Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Who do you have as a running back name? If you can name 2 running back starters.
I only got one.
Okay, go with one.
Isaiah Crowell.
Oh, there you go, cop killer.
Yeah, he's hot and he's playing. Who's he playing? I
He's
forget who.
playing Miami.
Oh, Miami. And they've been run on a bit, so I think he's a good pick for a start this week.
I'm going to go with the guy who should be put in now no matter who he's playing. Until he gets hurt, he's a fantasy stud. I think he's the number 1 running back in the NFL, points-wise. So far, he's had 17.7 and 18, so that adds up to 35. Let me see. Yep, of these 2 guys, he's number 1. That being, of course, his mother wouldn't wear his jersey till he played good. Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, he's done well.
Yeah, I think he's probably the number 1 running back scoring-wise in the NFL, isn't he?
He's close, if not. I haven't looked at the stats, but he's up there. I'm sure Forte's up there, too.
Another guy you could probably start, hopefully you haven't lost faith in, he's going to have a double-digit game, is Todd Gurley.
Well, you got to just stick with him. You don't have much choice. I'm not benching him. He'll break out one of these games soon.
Who do you think you can sit?
Thomas Rawls.
Okay. I got Eddie Lacy maybe as a sit, if you can do it.
I can't do it. I mean, he hasn't done what I hoped either, but I got to keep sticking with him.
And don't steal my sleeper, but go with the sleeper.
I'm saying Shane Vereen.
Oh, okay. My sleeper, of course, is my boy Theo.
Oh, Riddick, yeah, yeah, he's been good.
If you could still get him in a league, that would be awesome. But I guess you could also say maybe Jarek McKinnon is a sleeper. I don't know. He seems to never impress when all is said and done.
Well, I don't think they're going to feed handoffs to Riddick too much. They'll continue to pass to him a lot. So the question is, who's going to pick up the running slack? And I'm wondering about this Dwayne Washington.
Nah, Riddick will run plenty. He's had
That'd be-
18 carries over 2 games.
I mean, that's more than he usually has, but I don't. Well, we'll see. I think they don't want to lose his pass catching ability. They may want to spread those runs out somewhere. And it looks like Washington's moved ahead of that Zenner guy.
I'm trying to find his name on the experts list. They only have DeAndre Washington.
Wow.
He's not rated according to the experts.
I guess he's got to prove himself. I dropped. I guess I picked him up in G2K since I could move AP to IR.
Are you keeping him through next year?
For now, we'll see. I mean, the IR position is nice to have, I think, in this case. It's the only team I have him on. So I can just hold on to him, although I could also be moving Moncrief there. I got 2 guys who are eligible for IR. That team's a mess. But, yeah, I mean, I'll hang on to AP for now and see.
Too many injuries.
Way too many.
Who do you got at wide receiver as a start?
Willie Snead.
That's
He's been doing really well.
good one. Good one. Do you have 2?
No, I just went with 1 each.
I'm going to keep going with Amari Cooper, who looks really good. And maybe you could try Will Fuller if he's still available.
Yeah, he's probably taken.
Garbage time.
Yeah.
Who do you have as your wide receiver sleep or sit?
Sammy Watkins.
Ugh. You went with the good one.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's his health with number 1, but then he's got Patrick Peterson to deal with, so good luck.
I'm going to say Doug Baldwin. And even if he plays, Deshaun, who I'm thinking won't be the one the Redskins re-sign.
Oh, you don't think Deshaun Jackson will be re-signed?
Well,
they got a lot of bodies there, so maybe you're right. They won't. They'll save
the
money.
Redskins, I would think about letting both Deshaun and Pierre go.
Yeah,
Keep it young.
yeah, I agree.
So, tight end.
Wide receiver sleeper.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Who's your wide receiver sleeper who you could pick up this week?
He's kind of my pickup. Also, I mean, I don't consider them 2 separate categories. But Tyrell Williams of the Chargers.
My wide receiver sleeper would be. I'm looking at my list, his list, my list. Sterling Shepard.
If he's available, but I think he's gone in most leagues.
Yeah, probably. So we'll go to tight end. So I have an interesting week this week because I play you in UFL and I play Craig in collective bargaining. Both I consider must-win games.
Yep.
I don't like being 0-3.
No.
0-2 I can sort of handle. So
It's not very good in real life football, but in fantasy, you can still dig out of that.
So I was looking at our matchups. This is just a little interlude before we talk about tight end. Because we're ripping through it today. All right, let's look at this matchup. For Avengers Assemble, which is UFFL is a unique beast because it's half-point PPR. Don't ask me to explain that. You have Stafford, I've got Carr. They say you get the advantage.
Pretty close.
By 0.8 points, that's what they're saying. Yeah, that's going to probably be pretty close. Well, Green Bay is actually a worse pass defense than Tennessee. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe because you can run against them. So then you've got C.J. Anderson. And I've got Melvin Gordon. They're giving you the edge. Okay. C.J.'s put up some good points.
He has. Melvin's got a good matchup this week.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's edge going to me. You have Langford, I have LaShawn McCoy. They gave me the edge. I think that's probably just a push.
Yeah, I think it is too.
So I don't agree with them there. You have AJ, I have Decker if Decker plays, because he's hurt, of course.
I think AJ's going to have a tough time against Denver's D. I don't expect big points out of AJ.
With a half-point PPR, I'm going to give myself the advantage. You have Snead, I have Dorsett. I think that's your advantage there.
Yep.
You have Rudolph, I have Pitta. Now, with a half-point PPR, I think that's a push.
I never truly trust Rudolph, but
Well, I don't,
I'll give you a slight edge for Pitta.
You have the Vikings D, I have Ravens D. They're saying that's an edge for me. I don't know.
Only because this is a bad matchup for the Vikings. It's never good to play Cam Newton.
You have Tucker, I have Crosby. They give me the little bit of advantage. I'd say that's a push. I think it'll be a close game. They say it'll be this close. They say I win 92 to 90.8. Well, I doubt we're going to score that low, but I think whoever wins will probably win by less than 5 points, which is irritating. Let's be clear about that.
I don't think I've ever been 3-0 in UFFL, so I'm due to lose.
That's an irritating loss because when you lose by less than 5 points, clearly you could have put somebody else in and you would have done better.
Yeah, in UFFL for sure.
Okay, so now I'm playing the Team Young Guns. Let's look at this matchup real quick. And then I'll tell you what, we're going to look at your G2K matchup. We'll look at that. So I've got Roethlisberger, he's got Manning. They're giving me the edge. I don't know about that. I'd say that's a push.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way.
I've got Gurley, he's got Ingram. Well, they're giving me the edge, and I think I deserve the edge because Gurley's got to do something sooner or later.
It does.
I have Forte, he has Jay Ajayi.
All right, next.
Okay, they give me the edge there. I have Jeremy Maclin, he has Antonio. He's got the edge there. Of course. I can't debate that one. I've got Fitzgerald, he's got Brandon Marshall. They both got Q's next to their names, but I think Brandon Marshall's is more concrete.
Yeah, he's got a few injuries.
So I'm going to give myself the edge there. I've got Dwayne Allen, he's got Jacob Temeh. I guess they're saying he's got the edge there.
Yeah, Tammy's been pretty active, and Saints aren't a good D.
I've got Gore in the flex position. He's got Stephon Diggs. They give me the edge, yes, because Stephon Diggs will not have another game like that again for a long time.
Yeah, probably not.
I've got Rams D. He's got Cardinals D. They give him the edge, and he probably deserves it there.
Yep.
I've got Catanzaro. He's got Vinatieri. That's probably a push.
Yep.
They have me to win with a score of 95 to 95.
Yeah. It's pretty close on paper, but
Somehow I win 95 to 95. All right, how do I go to the other previews? Okay, week 3 previews. I don't want to see mine. I want to see yours. Forearm shiver. You're playing Inigo Montoya, which is John Kerry, who used to be John Cole, but John Cole's not in this league.
nope.
He's got Russell Wilson. You got Eli. They say he has the edge. I don't think so. I think Eli will outscore Russell Wilson.
Based on the first 2 weeks, yeah.
He's got Jeremy Hill. You've got Frank Gore. Yeah, I'll give you the edge there. Then in essentially the flex position, he's got DeAndre. You've got Charles Sims. Yeah, I gotta agree. He's got the edge there.
Yeah.
He's got Michael Floyd. You have Julio. Yeah, you've got the edge there. He has Deshaun. You have Marvin Jones. Deshaun might not even play. So, yeah, I'm giving you the edge. This one I don't agree with. He's got Jordan Reed. You've got Antonio Gates. It says you have the edge. I don't think so. I think Jordan Reed's the edge there.
I was just reading. He's questionable, but it seems more like it's leaning toward doubtful to play. But there's still a few days. He's got the edge with Reed.
Oh, Deshaun to play.
Who?
Are you saying Deshaun might not play?
No, Antonio.
Oh, so then you're saying Ebron, right?
And then I hope he plays. Otherwise, I got either. I don't know. I don't want to even think about it. I mean, hopefully one of the two will play.
What about Pitta? Can't you get Pitta?
I'm well informed. Shiver, where are we here?
So I just continue on here. He's got the Seahawks. You have the Broncos. They're giving him the edge. I don't know about that. I think that's a push. He's got Vinatieri. You've got Blair Walsh. He probably does have a little bit of an edge there. They have you beating him by 6 points.
It seems to feel like I can't beat anybody in this league right now. Yeah, Pitt is available.
Hey, get him. Well, maybe you don't have anybody you want to drop.
I'd have to drop Ebron.
It's got Rudolph's available. Jack Doyle. Vance McDonald.
Yeah.
No Tammy, though. Jesse James. There's some good tight ends.
There is. I really don't want to drop Ebron, but if I have to, I will.
I thought you have an IR spot.
I got AP there.
Well, doesn't that give you an extra spot? Now you have one spot on your roster?
Yeah, and I think I picked up Dwayne Washington, so I guess I could drop him and pick up a third tight end.
I don't know. You do what you want to do. I'm not going to hold you to it. Who's your starter at tight end?
Dennis Pitta.
I'll go with Julius Thomas. Who's your sitter tight end?
Kobe Fleener.
Ugh, we've lost faith in that guy. I'm going to go with Kyle. I had my good game last week, Rudolph. Who's your sleeper at tight end?
Jacob Tammy.
There you go. I'm going to go with his brother, Jesse James.
Yeah.
He likes those tight ends in the red zone.
The only thing bothered me last week watching Pittsburgh was, I thought, James is a great sleeper pickup, man. Oh, I love him. And all of a sudden it's like, touchdown, Xavier Grimble. It's like, what? Who is that?
That was outside the red zone, though, wasn't it?
That was close. I don't know. But at first I thought, he must be one of the deep wide receivers. And it turns out, no, he's a tight end. It's like, wait a minute.
He ran it in from a bit far back. So I'm going to tell you, so we meet the half-hour time limit, my FanDuel team. We have a half-hour time limit. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
Well, who was your pickup of the week?
Well, to me, it's kind of in the sleeper things, and I think it's Tyrell Williams.
I'm going to go with Dennis Pitta as my pickup of the week.
I mean, in 2 weeks, they lost Woodhead and Keenan Allen. Man, someone has got to be catching passes out there. Now the tight ends are banged up.
So this was I don't know how much this entry was. This was a $7 entry, okay? And I got to win this week or else I'm down to $11 to spend total. So I went with, I really don't think it's going to be that difficult. I could have had him as a quarterback sleeper because I think he's going to move the ball fine against him. I went with Alex Smith. And mainly I just didn't want to spend a lot of money on a quarterback, so he was $6,800. So then I decided to load up where it matters, running back and wide receiver. So you ready for this lineup?
I'm trying to find out who KC plays.
The Jets at KC.
Oh. Okay.
I'm thinking he'll be able to throw against Darrell Revis.
Everyone else has.
So here's where I spent the bulk of the $50,000. Ready? Remembering it's PPR, I got Forte and David Johnson, Antonio Alshon, and well, this cheap guy, Kenny Britt. Then I went with Pitta as the tight end.
Yep.
Kickers and D. I went with Dan Bailey,
Yep.
and I went with Miami Dolphins D.
Yep.
Now this was a Sunday only game. Just so you understand, I couldn't take Monday night people or Thursday night people.
Or Thursday. Okay.
It's a Sunday only. So I'm gonna regale you with a little tale here. Are you ready?
All right.
This is kind of a fantasy football story before our send off. So Wednesday, no wait, what day didn't I work last week? Okay, yeah, Wednesday. Cora says her old feature phone isn't working, right?
Right.
I go up there to the store by Two Rivers. You know that the store I'm talking about? It's like a proprietary Verizon store.
Yes.
And of course, they tell me, it's going to be $30 a month to get her a smartphone, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, nope, that ain't going to happen. So I go to Best Buy and I get Cora a smartphone. So Cora has a smartphone now. She has the Galaxy S7. She has the creme de la creme of Samsung phones.
Wow.
So, but they're at Best Buy, they can't transfer the contacts from the old phone. And I'm thinking, Cora probably has hundreds of contacts in here. She needs the contacts, right?
Yeah.
So the machine's broken. So they said, go across the street to the Verizon store, which is an official Verizon store. It's not like, Big B's Verizon store. It's a corporate Verizon store.
All right.
So I go across the street, and they're like, well, you've got to wait a minute. And I'm like, okay, all right, I have to wait. So the guy's like, do you have Fios? And I'm like, yeah, I have Fios. And he said, when did you re-up your contract? And I said, I don't know. I think it's current. And he pulls up my information. He says, it's not current. And I say, okay. So he said, what can I do for you that would make you happy with Fios? And I'm like, well, I'm perfectly happy with Fios. So he says, but you need to re-up your contract. And I say, okay, well, I'd like to keep at least what I have now. And, I wouldn't mind getting Red Zone and all that. So he works me out. So I get Red Zone and all the channels I have now for $9 a month less than I'm paying now.
Yeah.
So that's why I had Red Zone. And when I texted you, I said, are you ready for the montage?
Yeah.
I wish the montage had made me happier because there weren't a lot of my players in it.
No, I struggled to go 4-6 this week, so it wasn't a lot of my players either.
I went 3-5, and then in MFL, I was the second highest scoring team.
But we kicked butt with Temple of the Dog this week.
Yeah, and this week looks good for me in MFL again because I'm assuming LeGarrette Blount will get used a lot.
You should. They got to take pressure off of Beef Brisket. I was just going to point out with Temple of the Dog, we need Mr. Todd Bowles to throttle back and take it easy with Mr. Forte. He's on pace. I was just watching when I was eating breakfast, I was watching the Good Morning Football on the NFL Network. Mm-hmm. And they said that he's on pace for something like 460 carries this year. He will never survive that. And they paid all that money to keep Powell, and they're not using him. Start using Powell more. Give Forte a little bit of a break here and there, and make sure he lasts.
You remember this Super Bowl where the Redskins beat the Dolphins?
Yep.
Okay, and John Riggins had that phenomenal run.
Yep.
Okay, John Riggins was 33?
Yeah, he was up there.
At the time. During each playoff game, he had 30 carries at least.
Okay, well, if we get to that point in the season, I'm all right with that. But after 2 weeks, what I'm seeing is like, all right, I love the numbers, but you can't keep doing this to this guy. He's going to get hurt. Anybody would.
I'm thinking Matt Forte is a little more mentally balanced than John Riggins.
Well, I don't know if that has anything to do with whether you get injured or not, but just the pounding he's going to take with all these carries is. Let's not do it too much here.
Oh,
Give it to the other guy.
I still love to watch that play. That was the greatest play in Redskins history. All
Yeah, and then
right.
you can follow it up with the what's his name, Jack Squirick interception for a touchdown,
Oh, Theismann.
or the what's the running back for Oakland who reversed field and went the whole distance?
Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen. Yeah, those are the lowlights.
But the play that made that Super Bowl, most people forget this, was Ray Allen. I was about to say, he's a guard. Ray Guy. You know Ray Guy, the punter, right?
Right? Yeah.
He corralled a punt that was like, the snap was like 13 feet in the air because Ray Guy is like, he's like your height. He jumps up and gets it, and he punts it practically with Dave Butzel on top of him and gets the punt off. And it's like, oh, well, you just saved the Super Bowl. Because at that point, I think the Redskins were winning, or it was close. And who knows what that would have done. And, of course, Ray Guy, I advocate, is the only punter who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Pure punter.
Yeah, he was incredible.
But he's not a quarterback, so when Eli goes in, Eli will be the worst quarterback to make it to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, no love for Eli.
I'm just calling it like I see it.
His brother calls him E-Man.
Yeah, I know. Come watch the game with me. I've got to play.
Now, I don't know if people realize it, but that commercial cracks me up because when he looks down, he goes, "I'll pencil you in for Tuesday." I'm thinking, yeah, because you know that from being a player, you know that Monday and Tuesday you're so sore from the weekend games that's why you don't practice until Wednesday. So he will be available on Tuesday probably.
After he watches hours of game footage.
Yeah, they'll be watching film and then they'll be done for the day.
You see this ad for, it was a show on NFL Network where Peyton's sitting with Coughlin and Eli. I don't know when this was. And like Eli's chewing these chips. Have you seen this video?
No, I haven't.
And Coughlin's sort of like looking at Eli, and Peyton just says to him, "Do you have to keep eating those chips like that?" And Eli's like, "I didn't have lunch." And Peyton's like, "You and those chips." And then he just like, he has this look on his face like he wants to strangle him.
I never saw that commercial.
And I'm like, well, you have an older sibling. Or is your sister younger?
No, just 2 years younger.
Okay, so you have a younger sibling, so you're the one making the look. I was the one receiving it, having an older brother. It's just funny. Well, I got a lunch date with a Mr. Craig Nelson at your favorite joint,
All right.
Mission Barbecue.
Oh, I missed that place.
You know why he wants to go there?
No.
I thought I told you this. When we had lunch in June, I told him about the Farrah Fawcett poster in the bathroom. So he wants to go there. Oh, I want to regale you with one other tale, right? Then I'll let you go. Or actually, it's two other tales. So no one in the family, despite the fact, I think you were here when we saw the previews, no one wants to see Magnificent Seven. I could have sworn at least a couple people wanted to see that with me.
I just don't think I do either. I don't know.
And of course, didn't we, when you were up here, we saw previews for Deepwater Horizon, right? The oil rig one?
The what?
The oil rig one. Didn't we see previews for that?
Oh.
You were up here?
No, I saw that the other day. Maybe for Snowden, I saw that with what's his name, the guy from Ted.
I thought both Cora and Colin said they wanted to see that. Now no one wants to see that. So the best movie we got going this weekend is Kubo at the Cheapies.
Did you see Sully?
No.
You changed your mind because you thought you might want to see it.
No, I didn't see it. Did you see it?
No, I didn't. I just decided that's not one I want to see. I don't think you would enjoy very much Snowden.
Well,
Cheapy's at best, but I don't think there's no action. It's more the relationship thing, and I don't know. It was okay. It was well acted, but
very unimpressive.
I don't think it would interest you too much.
So the other story I wanted to tell you was on Saturday night I broke one of my toes.
Oh,
Saturday morning.
you limping around now?
No, it was Friday going into Saturday. No, it's actually pretty healed. But so on Monday, I'm going to the gym. And Colin says to me, does your foot feel okay to go to the gym? So I look him square in the eyes. This is the part you'll get a kick out of. And I say, who the do you think I am? Sammy Watkins? I'm going to the gym. So I went to the gym. That's the only day I went to the gym. But my toe is almost completely healed now. So I don't think it was really broken. I think it was just badly bruised.
That's pretty quick for a break to heal.
Yeah, no way. So, well, it's good talking to you. I'll probably talk to you. Maybe I'll text you later today, see how this game's going with beef brisket.
I just know they're going to be in it. If Texas wins it, it'll be a close one.
Oh, yeah, I'm in agreement with you. And
I just
I'll
hope
root
I'm
for,
playing Texans D on a couple teams. I just hope they can get some sacks and some turnovers.
I'm going to root for you in every league except one.
That's my best team.
Sorry, I got to win.
But the matchups really don't favor me this week, so I think, yeah, I'm due for that first loss. And you're due for the first win, so it wouldn't surprise me.
One would think. I'm thinking I'm a little better than 0-3, but
Yeah, I've never been 3-0 in UFFL that I can ever remember.
I don't control everything. Alrighty, so next week we will. Is next week the start of the buys?
Yep. Only 2 teams.
Who's that?
Wait a minute. It's Green Bay and Philadelphia.
All right, so we'll have to do some advanced planning on Temple of the Dog.
Yep.
Alrighty, well, take it easy. Let me play our playoff song. Good luck, everybody.
All right, yeah. Have a good week, everybody.